good. All right. Getting everything open. What we got? Oh, there's a notification. Dun, 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 dun. What's up, Jacob? What's up, Matthew? Hey, man. Nice to always see you. What's up, Fernando? Have a good night, Fernando. Nice to see you. See you later. You're going to the game tomorrow night, even though it's going to be raining. Yeah, I'd wear some warm clothes, too. It's probably going to be pretty cold in the Midwest. By me, it could be snowing. So I'm in for quite the weather change coming in the coming day. It's 35 by me and cloudy. It's been kind of rainy all day, so the snow is coming at any moment. If we win our semifinal game on Saturday, we go to state for football. Nice, man. I was going to say, I knew you had the playoffs going on, so that's good to hear it's still going well. Is that this week then? Oh, yeah, you said Saturday. Okay. You're pretty excited? Yeah, I would imagine. It'd be weird if you were bummed out to go. There was a lot of funny things going on across the NFL right now, and throughout the season, really. And we'll talk. I can talk more about a whole bunch of things as the stream goes along. God damn it! Drop this in there. Oh man, I just fucking hate this. All right, there we go. Make sure you drop some likes, help the stream out, get some people in here, blah, 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 blah. Oh, cool. It's just going to constantly do that. So I have to close this. One sec. I have to close the chat because it's doing some shit that's really obnoxious. Or it just disconnects itself every 5 seconds. What's up, Daniel? Very excited to not watch this game on Prime Video. Prime's fine. We beat this team in regular season, 47-28. Yeah, it's always weird when you play a team again. You can never really know what's going to happen. A similar effect happens in like the NFL. I'm not really sure about college, or I guess high school and college could be a little weird though, because it could just be like you have a better team than them. Talent actually does kind of weirdly scale at lower levels. Which makes sense, right? There should be like worse, like some teams just have way better players at their disposal. Mike Evans is coming back, it sounds like, so that's pretty cool. Must be weird being a Giants fan when your quarterback somehow lost his starting job on a bye week. I haven't really ever seen that before. How bad of a bye week did Daniel Jones have to lose the starting job? They didn't play, and he lost his job. They didn't even do anything. Just like, damn, he had that bad of a practice. That was just it. The Giants were like, well, we're done here. And then they just moved on. But I mean, a lot of people are talking about all the money and stuff. It's like, who really cares? It's not like Daniel Jones's contract is the reason the team is bad. You're sick, JD? I'm sorry to hear, man. I'm sorry to hear. Like, I think it's a low IQ take to be upset about Daniel Jones' contract. I think it shows a very low understanding of how money works in the NFL. To be like, yeah, that $40 million a year contract, that's the reason the Giants are bad. It's like, yeah, that's certainly, that's how that works, actually. Good call. Good take. You know what I mean? Certainly the big brain way to look at things. To be like, yeah, that 40 million, it could go to one other player, maybe two, but we'd also still need to pay a quarterback. We lost to a team that we played second round in regular season that are our rivals, but we beat them in the playoffs. Okay. You never know. It can always go a little weird. Damn, we're down to 2 whole people left at the stream. It's never a good sign. Guess people don't want to come by this evening. Kind of hoping there'd be a couple more people than 2. No, I don't think. Why would he? That's a weird take. Why would they bench him? Just curious as to why that would be a thing. God. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know about it. I guess it really is just 2 people watching. We may not do a stream tonight if it's going to be this dead. I mean, okay. So they should like bench him and play a new quarterback? Like what? Like what's the solution there to play Tim Boyle? I guess they could. I guess they could try Tim Boyle out. I don't really know what that does for the team though. It makes him a lot worse. I think it'd be funny if they did that, but the things that make me laugh shouldn't be the thing that dictates how a football team is ran. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the things that I think are very funny, which is everything the Jets typically do. Bringing in Aaron Rodgers with no offensive line, hilarious set of decisions that were made there. I'd have fired him immediately. Joe Douglas should have been fired when he drafted Zach Wilson. The second he started really pushing hard to draft Zach Wilson, they should have fired him on the spot. That's the reality of that situation. He passed on some really some other quarterbacks that probably could have been a lot better for them. But he went and pushed very hard for Mr. Zach Wilson. No, you're good. It's a fun conversation to have. I don't know why you're acting like I'm jumping on you. It's just there's just no reason for that to happen. You know? Just sucks that no one came by again to a stream. It's kind of a downer. That stinks. It sucks that we can't have hangout streams anymore. Every stream, the only time people come by is for game streams. And that sucks. It's not any fun. If there's a whole NFL season we just haven't talked about. But I guess that is what it is. It has been an interesting year, though. There have been some very funny situations that have gone on and developed and have become a thing and then not a thing. My favorite 2 things that not many people are talking about is how the Packers probably made a terrible mistake. I didn't realize the Lions' next 2 games are only 4 days apart. When did they play? Oh, because of the Thanksgiving stuff? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense then. I don't know why the Packers paid Jordan Love as early as they did. I feel like that's a contract that they're going to regret. Yeah, I was stunned. Especially with the way the Packers got lucky and win. It's kind of on Matt Eberflus though, to some extent. Had he gotten a little bit closer, that kick still probably goes in, and he had plenty of time to run another play and get closer. Even like a couple extra yards, that thing goes in. So it's kind of on Eberflus again that happened. Again, just deciding that you were close enough. Yeah, they did. I don't know why they paid him for 8 good games against fucking bad defenses. It's like, well, he beat the Lions. It's like, wow, cool. He beat a team with like the 30th ranked secondary last year with fucking Jerry Jacobs and fucking who the hell is that? Who's that corner that blew it for the Lions in the NFC Championship game? Yeah, I don't. Again, there's just a weird energy when you pay people as early as the Packers paid old buddy. Damn, we're down to one whole person watching. Is who Kirby Joseph? The player that the Packers paid early? No, the Jordan Love. Kirby Joseph's a Lion. Wait, what? No, it's like I don't fucking know. He used to be a Bear and he's really bad at playing corner. Oh no, you're good. V is it starts with a V. It's like Valone, Valier, Valate, or something like that. He fucking blows. Really, really bad corner. Ball straight up just bounced off his helmet and he fucking gave up that crazy touchdown to Ayuk. Valone, Valier. No, Kirby Joseph was like the only good part of the secondary last year. It was just like him and Ifluanu for a couple games when he wasn't hurt. Everybody else was fucking dog ass water. Like everybody in that secondary is basically brand new. Well, I guess Brian Branch was there too. So you had Branch, you had Joseph. Yeah, it's not like he's like a key important player. What up, Kenny? Welcome to the Dead stream on the Dead channel. No one ever comes by anymore. All one people here for some reason, it says. Pretty good, just chilling. I wonder why YouTube always just deletes all my viewers now. That's a fun little glitch that it does now. Oh, never mind. We have 2 people here now, so that's good. That definitely makes people want to come by and hang out at a stream when there's 2 whole people watching. No one's leaving likes either. Trying to push until break on Friday. Oh yeah, it's coming up. Nice old winter break. Yeah, Vildor, that's who. Yeah, that guy fucking blows. Yeah, it was pretty cool to see him win it. Going to try to beat New Orleans for the Super Bowl when the Lions are there, hopefully. That'd probably be a pretty fun time to just be down there in general. The Jags blow too. I mean, yeah, that's quite obvious. Oh, now we're down to 0 people watching. That's pretty good. Shows 0. That's pretty sweet. Wonder why it does that for like only my streams. Have you guys ever noticed that shit? Like I'll stream and it'll just say 0. Like, why does it do that to me all the time? I wonder why that does that. It makes it so nobody wants to come to a stream with nobody watching. Like, it's very hard to grow a channel and grow back my stream when it says 0 people watching. P1. Ravens Lions Super Bowl. That's a possibility. I just don't think the Ravens are built for the playoffs type of team this year. Their defense seems pretty bad. They kind of blow games in the second half. I don't know. There's something weird about the Ravens this year that just feels I don't know. I felt it in the preseason too, where I was like, something just feels off with the Ravens. Their defense ain't shit. I believe they have the worst secondary in the NFL right now. And that's a way to get yourself killed in a playoff game. What South? You should probably be a little more specific on stuff like that. AI? What's AI? NFC? I don't know. That's a dog shit division. Who cares? Some team will, and then they'll get bounced out by a fucking wild card team again or something. The typical lifespan of an NFC South playoff run. They just go lose in the wild card round to somebody. And some fucking team that won 11 or 12 games gets a free road win. Could be the Packers, could be the Vikings. Kind of just depends on who wins the could be a number of teams, really. I think the Bills wind up winning the AFC as long as they don't choke out in the playoffs again and play like complete idiots like they always do when they run into Kansas City in a big game. They're just like, oh, Jesus, it's them. So. I'm curious. All right. That TD run by Allen. Yeah, if they could play like that against the Chiefs in the playoffs, like they could win the games versus them, but they play like a completely different team when the playoffs come around. Probably. It seems like somebody took up the Lions' fucking bad secondary. It also is very funny to see CJ Stroud having this major regression when he doesn't have 500 wide receivers to throw to. And I'm starting to wonder. What's up, Nathaniel? I hope the Bills and Steelers don't win the whole thing. Other than that, whatever. As long as they can knock out KC, which would be funny. You just not like the Bills make sense because you know, other teams. So why the Steelers? Play like fangirls. Yeah, it's just KC in the playoffs. A lot of the Ravens do it. Like a lot of teams play like that against Kansas City. The only two teams that haven't have been the Bengals, the Patriots, and the Brady-led Patriots and the Brady-led Bucks. They're the only two teams in the playoffs that have just never fucking folded. Oh, hell yeah, Kenny. Hopefully you guys win. Battle Creek's right by me. Pretty cool. Fans are assholes. Steelers fans or whatever. I never really had a bad experience with a Steelers fan. I think I said the Bengals, right? Bengals and the Brady-led teams. I kind of include the Brady-led teams into two teams and into one team when I do that. And I'm not really sure why I do that. I don't really count the Buccaneers as a real team. That wasn't a real thing. That was just Brady popping in and winning a Super Bowl for the Buccaneers. Yeah, it was Bengals, Patriots, and it was Bengals and Tom Brady. To be fair, it was. I will be watching there playing a good team. That'd be fun. Stroud gets uncomfortable because the offensive line. Yeah, and he's a second-year player. It's literally nothing against Stroud. It's like I think I'm starting to wonder if a situation can be too good or too bad for a rookie quarterback, right? I wonder if there's a sweet medium spot for a rookie where the situation should be rebuilding, but it shouldn't be too good because it fucks development up really bad. And it takes a lot to reverse that sort of placing a rookie into an ideal situation because it almost like stunts the development of the quarterback because Stroud seems very lost without like Nico Collins, the great offensive line that he had last year. It's just this weird thing where I'm starting to go, maybe that's not great. Remember, Mac Jones had the situation in New England devolved around Mac Jones and he got worse because of it. And it's like, if it had been a little bit worse when he came in New England, would he have been a better off quarterback learning to like have worse receivers to throw to, learn how to make plays around the bad receivers? It's kind of one of those situational things where you have to think about it and go, would it be good for a rookie to start in Detroit? Or would it be good for a rookie to start in a place like New England where there's a rebuild happening? You know what I mean? It's like, where's the better place for a rookie to actually go? And it's one of them things where it's like, you may like gut reaction think that it's like a place like Detroit. But again, how often as a quarterback in the NFL are you going to have what Detroit has? But probably never. How often are you going to be in a situation where it might be like New England? Probably more likely than you would ever in a situation like Detroit. Richardson just needs to develop. That's all. Just time. Like, give him a few more weeks. Give him a few more years. He's like, what, 22? Tampa Bay. Very funny. Are you starting to wonder whether or not CJ Stroud? No, I don't. I also think people judge rookie players way too quick. Like people make hilarious, huge judgments on people. And I'm not saying about anybody here, but this is becoming a trend in sports that's really fucking not good. It's like we take a look at a rookie player, and if they make one mistake as a rookie, we're like, garbage, bench him. And then the team does it for some reason because I don't know why. And then they just go, I guess we have to move on from this player who had tons of promise and talent. Like the Anthony Richardson situation. Like, why the fuck did they bench him? It's like, if you're gonna play him, play him. Like, if you're not gonna play him, just bench him and then let him learn. But there were people saying like, well, I guess they got to trade him now. It's like, what? Why? Like, if the current mindset of fans existed when Josh Allen's career started, people would have told, like, Josh Allen would have never happened. You know what I mean? It's really stupid. But yeah, people are saying to bench Caleb Williams. It's like, for what fucking reason? Like, what good does that do? Explain it to me. So he can't develop and get experience and get better at playing? No, he should come into the league, dude, and be the best QB of all time. He should be like exactly like Tom Brady when he comes in. Isn't that how everything works? Like, no, actually, that's incredibly rare for a rookie to play good football. Most of them don't. It's like it's like 4 guys that usually play really good as rookies, maybe 5 on either side of the ball. So it's like 10 total. That's about right. There's probably 10 good rookies this year. I genuinely hate how quickly people are judging players. I don't think you can make a judgment on a quarterback for 3 years. Yeah, and what are you judging? Well, I've seen him play in 8 games. I know what he's going to be for the rest of the next 15 years. Like, no, you don't. You don't know anything. Let me tell you the story of Joshua Allen. He looked awful. Like, genuinely, he'd come into games and just throw like 4 picks a game. And just, like, I don't think people understand. Maybe some people are too young. Maybe some people didn't know about this. Josh Allen was terrible at football for 2 straight years. I'm talking dog shit. All he had was some promise and a dream going for him. It's like, damn, he's a big guy that can throw and run. If he could ever figure out how to not throw interceptions every fucking other throw. And he still does that kind of. Not this year. This is his best year of football yet. He should probably win the MVP at this point now. He's got to be the front runner. Because Goff had that 5-pick game. Lamar's lost some interesting games that he shouldn't have. Losing to the Browns pretty much fucked Lamar's MVP chances in my head. The only teams fucking Josh has lost to is like good teams. And Buffalo lost a weird early game to Arizona, who is turning out to be quite the good team. No, they won that. Who the hell did Buffalo lose to also? Wasn't it somebody funny like early in the season? But no, again, this is one of the things I've just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's really not. My thing is, I think people need to be more patient with the players in the NFL rather than jumping to some weird take and some weird conclusion like, well, this rookie had a bad game. He's clearly a bust. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, one bad game by a rookie, they're a bust? Texans, that's what it was. So yeah, so like it's like Houston, so Buffalo's lost to 2 playoff teams potentially. That's not really like the big deal to me. Ravens lost to some dog shit. It's just like, yeah, that's fair. Jared Goff hilariously threw 5 picks. Like those are the shits that end your MVP runs. I mean, Goff is still in the conversation. However, it's probably Josh Allen front running it. But again, if the Bills had given up on Josh Allen, like people tend to want to give up on players now, then we wouldn't have Josh Allen. It took 3 years for that guy to pop out. On the flip side, Mac Jones came into the league and looked like he was going to be an all-star, right? What do you go, 10-7 as a rookie and made the playoffs? Like it looked like Mac Jones got the 86th best player in the NFL in the following top 100. Remember that shit? He would finish second in the Rookie of the Year to Jamar Chase. And now he's the backup quarterback for the Jaguars. And in 3 years, the Patriots benched his ass. That we were like, we're going to go with Bailey Zappi. This guy fucking sucks. I'm telling you, the number is 3 years in the NFL. I'm telling you. The magic number. You really just can't make a read on a quarterback for 3 years. There's a lot of, okay, so the first year you play as a rookie, for example, you're adjusting to the league. Some guys do that very quickly. Some guys take a little while, but the adjustment to the league happens generally. Year 2 is when they adjust to you. They know everything about you. They know, they've had the whole offseason. They've been watching. They know your tendencies. They know when you if you rub your finger on the ball in a weird way before you throw it. They know. They know what fingers tense up when you're about to throw. So like they kind of know like, oh shit, he just flexed his pinky in a weird way. Like, cause like I do that, right? When I'm about to throw it, like my pinky kind of flinches. So like if they were watching film and I was like some badass like rookie, they'd be like, oh dude, we know when he throws now. And like, so if I go to pump fake and I don't flinch my pinky, they're like, ah, we got his ass. He's not throwing it. But if I flinch, they can jump a ball. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of things like that's hyperbolic, but like it's like small shit like that and just like weird little things that you may not think of. Big things, all your tendencies are learned, and that's the second year. That's why guys slump in the second year. It's all of a sudden the league. Yeah, Josh Allen used to be compared to Tim Tebow. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And Mac Jones was considered the next coming of a great quarterback in their first couple. It is for see, it's a very interesting thing, but and then by year 3, you generally refigure out how to play in the NFL. And the good quarterbacks keep playing, the bad ones shit away. Yeah, having a good coach is important in the NFL. Coaching is very important in the old NFL. Kyle Shanahan's like fucking 44 years old. He's fine. His dad didn't start winning Super Bowls for a long time. He's literally almost the exact same coach as his dad. It's fucking eerie. Like the career stuff is, it's almost 1-to-1 similar kind of eeriness. I think it's kind of cool how like you could like be like, oh, he's almost just like his dad. With like the situations that have happened, right? Like his dad took a while to win Super Bowls. It looks like Kyle's going to take a while. The problem is they're very smart guys, right? Very brilliant coaches. Just brilliant guys that really understand offensive football, but they overthink and overcoach. At some point, they just got to remember that they have one of the greatest running systems on earth, and they forget about that when they have leads late in big games. They start throwing the shit out of the ball for some reason. It's like a sickness they have. Like, no, just run it. It's like, just run the football for the rest of the game and you win. It happened to Shanahan in the fucking Falcons Super Bowl too. It was very funny. He'll eventually win a Super Bowl, but he just has to get over the dumb dog shit he does. And they're doing okay this year despite all the injuries. I mean, it's not that great. Yeah, but it seems kind of like they're, I don't know. They have a ton of shit going. This is a fuck season for them. And I couldn't imagine a seat colder than Shanahan's. The odds of them firing him is probably 0, right? I'm pretty sure the owner like loves Kyle. I'm also pretty sure him and the owner are like the exact same age, Jed York, and I'm pretty sure they're buddies. So I don't think he's gonna fire him. I think they're very on the same. They're like 1-to-1 in the way they think about football. Shanahan has, I believe, what we would call the very longest of, because again, he's done a great job. He just hasn't been able to fucking beat the Chiefs. It's just like, well, you can't beat a dynasty. Oh well. I mean, Andy Reid couldn't win Super Bowls when he was younger. That's fine. I mean, it's very rare that young coaches like McVay pull off what he did. And I wish more people talked about how impressive it was that like a 30-year-old won a Super Bowl as a head coach. Like, not exactly. Someone in their 30s as a head coach won a Super Bowl. That's fucking crazy, dude. To me, that's probably one of the craziest things about the Rams Super Bowl win is the fact that, well, was McVay like 36 years old? And he pulled one off. It's like, Jesus, dude. And I'm as I understand more and more now, I see why people were so blown away by McVay's age. My nose is really. I apologize. My shit was bugging the fuck out of me. I don't know. It's just some interesting things to think about, I think. No, the owner of the 49ers is young. Owner of the 49ers. Hold on. Good. This is the guy who owns the Niners, technically. Billionaire Denise DeBartolo York and her family own 90% of the Niners. Edward DeBartolo Sr., his dad, bought the team for his son in 97. That guy passed it on to Jed York. Like, that's, I believe he runs the team. He's only 1980, 44. He's the CEO, sorry. But his mom owns the team, and I'm pretty sure he does everything for it. To be fair though, the San Francisco or the Los Angeles Rams had a loaded team when he won the Super Bowl. They probably had the best roster in the NFL. What's interesting to note though is how they don't draft as well as they used to. At one point, the you know how everybody said like the Rams had this philosophy of like saying fuck them picks and we don't need the picks, we don't care about the picks. Ironically enough, they were probably one of the greatest drafting teams from the McVay and Snead takeover time for like 3 or 4 years. They probably had the best drafts in football that went unaccounted for, mainly in the fact of they had the most drafted players starting for them and on their roster, like that they drafted. Me and McVay and LeBron James are the same age. Damn. Yeah, I don't really think about how what people my age are doing. But see, what's fair is like the only thing that like really happened for like athletes my age are like baseball players. I come from a trash ass football class of like 2015, bunch of losers. It's like there's like 4 good players. It's like, yeah, there was just nobody. Your age sucks. Nobody from 1993 was shit, were they? It's like we got like Mike Trout, Ariana Grande. Yeah, we didn't hit a lot of winners from 93. I'm telling you, it was a bad year for athletes being born. Ain't nobody good popped up. Yeah, we gotta say we got Ariana Grande. 93 is a pretty good year for that. I was born that year, pretty solid. You know what I mean? Have like 7 current head coaches on their coaching staff. I don't know how like many years. Yeah, they had a ton of coaches. The Redskins when Shanahan was running the team. It was basically Shanahan and all his son's friends. It's fun though. It's fine. It's not like any of them are bad coaches that were on that team. It's just hilarious that like all of Kyle Shanahan's friends turned out to be pretty good football coaches. It's just like, damn, how did that even happen? Sometimes Jed York fathers show up to the Niners practice field. Hell yeah, Laura. His dad is a doctor. Oh yeah, if I forget you're a fan. Does he do a lot for the team? Isn't Jed York next in line to own the team though, Laura? Because I know his mom's quite old. So I think she stepped out of like day-to-day running the team, but It's probably like most old owners with like kids who are about to run the team, with like Jonathan Kraft and Stephen Jones. When the when the Fords finally passed down ownership of the team to Sheila Ford Hamp, the lady who's revived the Lions. Praise be to Sheila Ford Hamp. Amen. The lady who single-handedly fixed the football team in like 2 moves. Fucking apathetic ass Fords just didn't care. They're just like, we don't care about this fucking football team. Why would we? You know how long it's been since we cared about these guys? I'm 98 years old, dude. I'll give you money. That was the heartbreaking part, is the Fords. They would just throw money at the team hoping that they'd figure it out. They just were getting robbed blind. You almost got to feel bad for them. It's like, damn, dude. They really were willing to spend. They have a lot of money. What's up, Tanner? How's it going? How's your night? It's been a while. But yeah, if everyone could drop likes, we're almost at 10 whole likes somehow. I appreciate that. Stream's picking up a little bit, which is nice to see. We were at 0 people for a while. That was pretty crazy. A lot of money to paid players. It comes from him and John York and Denise York. Well, yeah, the team also makes them a lot of money, so it's well earned. Plus, if they sell the team now because they got it in the fucking 1980s, they're set to make billions of dollars on a sale. I feel nothing for NFL owners. It's like, oh, dang, Dan Snyder is only a billionaire now. That sucks for him. I will say it is very funny to see that the Commanders got rid of their curse and immediately turned around. I will point out to, oh damn, I lost all the viewers again. I've seen that we were at 8 and YouTube immediately deleted that shit. They're like, all right, back down to 1 or 2 you go, bitch. Damn. We were riding high for a minute. You know, everybody keeps talking about all these dog shit teams that are going to get Ben Johnson, like really bad teams with bad situations. And it's like, why would Ben want to go to a team that needs like 8 years, like another fucking 2 years to rebuild? And it's like the players might not be there because they might leave in free agent. Like there's a whole bunch of reasons why I don't understand like the bad team stuff, because it's like, there is a good shot the Bengals fire Zach Taylor. If you're a coach like Ben Johnson, like, and you got to do a little rebuild anyway, wouldn't Cincinnati be the most attractive option? Like, they give their coaches unlimited time usually. If he does even want to leave, I don't know if Ben Johnson wants to leave. Yeah, I mean, the money could be an issue, and the Lions could just pay him more money to stay. But I mean, if he's an offensive-minded coach and he wants to go somewhere and be a coach, yeah, like the Bengals. Like, if I'm an offensive-minded coach, I want to go coach the Bengals. Be like, I'm going to go fucking ball out for a couple of years here and just do some ridiculous scoring for the next couple. I'm going to see if we need a defense to win games. What do you mean? I'm going to see how many points I can score and just see if we could just score more. I'm pretty sure I can just score 1 million points a game with Joe Burrow. That's a video game character, and I have control of him. I'm going to do shit that people think might be illegal on a football field. Yeah, I don't know why YouTube just keeps deleting all the views. I said 8 people a minute ago. Now we're down to 1 whole person. So I guess there's only 1 of you here now for some reason per YouTube. Very confusing. It's like, is the stream doing good or not? YouTube is just like, question mark. We don't know. If you guys could drop some likes to help the stream out, that'd be super helpful. Maybe YouTube will let some people back in. Jaden Daniels is the truth. He could be. He looks pretty good. Kind of looks like the league's starting to have figured out a little bit of how to deal with him, though. So we'll see if he's able to like adjust to the adjustment of the league. It's always such a confusing concept to try to explain to people, the adjustment to the adjustment. Because again, it's like a complicated dance for the first like couple years that happens. Now, there are always like quarterbacks that just kind of go into year 2 and become good and never turn back. You got guys like Lamar, Russell Wilson. Russell declined when he lost his ability to scramble, but it seems like he's remembered how to play football again lately. By the way, that's a very underrated thing Russell had to go figure out how to do, is he had to completely learn how to play football in a completely different way than he's ever been used to, because he lost all of his speed one off season real suddenly, like, and man, was that tough. He's good though. Because again, he's shorter, right? So the problem is compounded a little bit for him in that he has to have the aggressive dropbacks and be able to move around to see over the line. So again, he's probably had to try to find some like medium to play in, where it's like I got to take farther snaps, which is a little bit of an issue trying to have a center who's able to. I don't know. It seems like complicated to be a short pocket passer. Nathan, here's a fun fact. Nothing ever happens. We're going on like 3 days now of saber rattling. Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, the nukes are coming. There was a whole ass war fought in Vietnam, and we didn't nuke each other. There's a whole proxy war. I don't know. Let's just feel so much more happy and relieved. Yeah, I'm glad he's doing better. Fucking, it's like, what kind of threat is that? I'm gonna do it. It's like, cool, man. How many times in the last 4 years since this whole war started have we been warned about nukes? Every time something happens, it's like, I'm gonna nuke now. It's like, no, you're not, you fucking bitch. And he just doesn't. Now I could be wrong, and all of a sudden tomorrow I wake up and Ukraine got nuked. I'd be like, oh fuck, we better get out of there. We better apologize. Be like, hey, we're sorry about that, Russia. We didn't know how serious you guys were about this whole thing. We thought you were fibbing like every time in the past. Our bad. You're good. You guys can do whatever you want here now. We're good and we're done here. Myles Garrett hasn't been practicing that much this week. What's up with him? Is he just is he kind of just sore? Or what up, Spears? Nah, we're fine. I'm a bit worried about the Niners because they're going. Yeah, Laura, it's not been good for you guys. You guys are having a rough year with injuries, so it's not like the end of the world. I mean, it could be, but not really. Did you guys hear about the 25 players named to the something finalists? You know, the Eli Manning debate starts officially. Yeah, do you see fucking Eli Manning leads the names? He's coming. It's the Eli Manning debate time. The Lynn Swan of a generation. Does he get in off his playoff stats alone? By the way, him and Julian Edelman will be the funnest debates for the Hall. Julian Edelman, I believe, is next season is when his eligibility starts. Next year for the Hall. And again, Julian has near Hall of I think he has either top 3 all-time receiving stats in the playoffs in most categories. So it's one of them things where it's like, how serious do we hold the playoffs for the Hall of Fame consideration? Before there was a TJ Watt, there was a James Harrison. I wonder if Hines Ward is going to be snubbed. Yeah, I don't see multiple. I don't know. Some of them. Ward's going to be tough because of the other receivers there, but I could see Harrison. I don't know. It's going to be tough, man. The Hall of Fame's so tough on certain positions. Harrison, though, I think is getting in. May not be first ballot, though. And Eli won't get in this year either. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, unfortunately. He's second ballot, though. That's rough, lore. That's never good. But yeah, Julian's an interesting case because it's like his entire case lies. To be fair, though, a lot of people talk about how he's got low career numbers, but see, there's the NFL does consider the context of your career, right? They don't just look at your raw numbers and go Hall of Famer. That's not how that works. They look at the context of your career, right? When you look at the context of Julian Edelman's career, he's a 7th round draft pick, drafted as a quarterback. I don't know if many people know that. He was a draft pick that was a quarterback. We converted him to a safety. So his first year in the NFL, he played safety and worked lightly on kickoff duty and punt duty. Year 2, I believe we kind of switched him to more of like just this, like an exclusive like kick return defensive back position, and we figured out he could really return kicks. Right, that was kind of like, I believe, the second year, but partially into the first year, he was kind of doing kick stuff, playing defensive back, and then they figured out he could catch the ball pretty fucking good. So we moved him over to receiver at some point in year 3, maybe year 4. He took over as a receiver for us. So that's partially why his career numbers are a little bit lower than a lot of people. Like, why, when you look at him, you might go, what the fuck, this isn't a Hall of Famer. But you have to remember, he didn't come in as a wide receiver. He converted to that position. And not only did he convert to that position, but he was able to do so becoming Tom Brady's like go-to target, replacing a very good Wes Welker and also helping Brady secure a second dynasty. And he won Super Bowl MVP, has some of the greatest receiving performances in the playoffs like ever. And it's coming from a guy who's like 5'10", 5'11", was not drafted as a wide receiver, was not supposed to be a wide receiver in the NFL, but like became that guy for a dynasty. I think there's something to the Edelman Hall of Fame case that people don't like talking about because, again, when you look at the raw numbers, you go, oh, that's not a Hall of Famer. However, when you think about it with any other context, it's like the dynasty doesn't happen without Edelman. Like, it just doesn't. Like, there's like, that was the, like, one of the key pieces of that dynasty is Julian Edelman. And it's like, how do you not put him in the Hall of Fame? You know what I mean? It's like, do we not consider that and keep him out? It's the same kind of debate with Eli Manning. It's like, if we just consider Eli Manning's regular season, he's not a Hall of Famer. But the two things he pulled off in those 2 playoff runs are so significant to NFL history. Steve Smith might be a Hall of Famer. He's really good. Yeah, he's really good. But again, there's guys like Reggie Wayne and like another guy that's kind of like, how is he not in? I believe Torrey Holt isn't in, and I don't know if Steve's better than either of those 2 guys. Now, if those 2 guys eventually get in, then yeah, we can talk about Steve Smith. But until like certain guys, again, the Hall of Fame's been tough on wide receivers lately. It's like I say that, and like I think the last unanimous Hall of Famer was like Calvin Johnson. It's just, but again, that's the, you know, who was going to vote no on Megatron? Stanley Morgan? No, it's probably Julian Edelman. If Edelman could have played a whole career, I would have to imagine he's probably the greatest receiver in team history. So I would have to say, no, it's probably Julian Edelman, or Rob Gronkowski is probably our best receiver of all time. That I would call a Patriots receiver. It's probably Jules. Was it Isaac Bruce that isn't in that? See, Eric Allen, Jared Allen, those guys have been out. Willie Anderson. Is Willie Anderson the father of Will Anderson Jr.? Am I just making that fucking connection somehow? I'm about to feel really, really dumb, you guys. Hold on. Please don't tell me that that's Will Anderson's dad. This guy right here, Willie Anderson, tackle. Oh, man, they even play similar positions. I'm about to... The guy who makes up all the lies about people being related. Hold on. I have to look up something. Oh, Juniors. Oh, dad. Who's his dad? Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Nope, not related. I thought like I was stupid not knowing that for some reason. That makes me feel a lot better. There's Anquan Bolden. There's Jari Evans. I'm surprised Antonio Gates isn't in. Oh yeah, Torrey Holt's still not in yet. Rodney Harrison should like these ones right here are people that'll probably get in as the picks of anyone in here. Like these four feel very good to like think about. Antonio Gates, Harrison, and James Harrison and Rodney. See, Rodney, they don't want to let in because he's a fucking prick. He was a mean player. What up, Jake? Mathis, I don't think so. Vinatieri might get in. I don't know if they're gonna. He's probably in, right, Vinny? Yeah. Right. I would have to imagine Vinatieri gets in. Is he arguably the greatest kicker in league history? Just considering like all that he's wrought with his leg. What has he won? Like fucking 4 Super Bowls off that thing. So I'm pretty sure he's in. As far as like pure longevity, skill, I think he's made the most field goals. Like if you're gonna let any special teams players in the Hall of Fame, it's like, well, why not Vinatieri? Harrison is still in massive shape. He's probably one of the best retired linebackers. Yeah, I mean that's good for him. You don't really expect him to like be in bad shape though. He was real serious about like his body and shit like that when he was playing. Probably gonna wrap up in a little bit. It has been a little bit of a slower stream. I'm enjoying the stream, so it's just it's just... Yeah, the Hall of Fame is very hard on kickers, but like guys like Jason Hansen got in the Hall of Fame with what, like the second or third ballot. I think Jason's already in the Hall of Fame, isn't he? Let me see. Yeah. Is he not in the Hall of Fame? Oh, is he a finalist? Hold on a minute. What the fuck? Is he on the finalist list? Did I miss him? Why is he not in there yet? He wasn't. Did he just not get brought into this round of the Hall of Fame? kind of weird that, yeah, they really are hard on kickers. I mean, his first year, it seems like his first year of eligibility was just last year, though. Weird. It's a lot harder on players from bad teams, too. It seems like it anyway. I don't know. It's been a fun little stream, though, I think. Tomorrow should be fun. What do we got? Browns, Steelers. We should go live for a little bit of that game anyway. Hopefully some people come by. Maybe a few more than what did tonight. Trying to think of other things that we could talk about. Talked about my main thing, making fun of the Packers for the Jordan Love stuff. Yeah, well, the fucking media hates the Lions. You know how angry they are that the Lions are good? They're like, son of a bitch. Now we got to pretend like we like these guys. I'm telling you, they don't like the Detroit teams for whatever. The media hates Detroit. I'm not really sure why that is. And I've never understood what something must have happened between the past. Daryl, you said you're a little older. What is it? What happened? Why does the media hate Detroit so much? It's like, what did our players do? What did we do as a city to the media? I know we're technically a big market and big markets are rough on players, but it's like, media really hates Detroit. I know they're dog shit, but it's also like, god damn. There's a reveling in how bad in the Detroit suffering. It's like, ugh. Remember all the media and talking heads trying to say that Detroit probably might not win the division. It'll be the Bears or the Packers. Everybody was really hype on the Packers this offseason. They played good. But people were acting like Detroit just didn't exist. I was like, well, I mean, the Lions just like won 12 games and they're only getting better. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the Packers passed them. Like, yeah, I guess. Like, on what level? Well, they have Christian Watson. Fucking talking about some Christian Watson. Well, the Lions got like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, we just one up to you. We have Tucker Carcraft or whatever the fuck his name is. Hopefully Super Bowl 2004 rematch when Jerome kicked butt in his hometown. Well, that really, I don't want to watch the Seahawks. I don't want to see that. I don't want a Seahawks Steelers Super Bowl. Fuck that. I want to see Detroit blow through like Kansas City in a hilarious. I'm talking like Broncos fucking Seahawks level hilarious. Like where the Seahawks just blew the Broncos out. I want to see the Seahawks, like the Chiefs lose the Super Bowl like that to Detroit, where it's just like Looney Tunes level of scoring, where it's like, where somebody actually says the words, I think Detroit needs to stop scoring in the Super Bowl. This is getting embarrassing. That's how Detroit will win too, by the way. It won't be a fun Super Bowl. It'll be like, Rob was right, 13-3 is a far better Super Bowl than whatever the fuck this is. Look at him pretending to enjoy this, and I'm just like, hell yeah, dude, keep scoring, set the records. Erase whatever the fuck Philadelphia did to my football team. That's how the Lions will win a Super Bowl, by the way. It'll be a fucking just beat down of another team. It'll be like a week of everybody like kind of doubting Detroit, and like they'll get really in their feelings about it. And you know I'm right about this, by the way. It's just like that's the worst part about it. It's like, yeah, that's probably exactly what'll happen, isn't it? It's not going to be some weird, it's not going to be a close, fun game. It'll just be Detroit just kind of desperately beating the fuck out of somebody to the point where other people are like, people like watching that were rooting for Detroit at the beginning who don't who aren't Lions fans will be like, I like them when the game started. I don't really like this team anymore. Yeah, they never stop. They just keep scoring to the point where like it'd be like, again, people would feel uncomfortable. They'd be like, "What? Just take your win and go home." They're calling timeouts in like the fourth quarter and shit to stop the clock so they can get another drive in. Like, we're just fucking with you. We're not going to do it that badly. Maybe a large group maybe has got their cheeks opened up. I don't know what happened. I just think they hate Detroit. It's kind of just always been like that with the media. However, to be fair, they hate everything that isn't Detroit and Kansas City would be just, oh, dude, if we got to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and the Lions won that game, I'd be so happy with the Lions for one reason and one reason only. When I stream Detroit Tigers games, I get to look them dirty fucking Chiefs fans right in their fucking alcoholic faces, their cousin fucked, their inbred faces, their meth addicted faces, and be like, "What's up, bitch? How's that Super Bowl lost taste?" Be like, "How's the fact we ended the three-peat, bitch? Ah." And we got a unanimous Cy Young over your guy. How's that feel, too? That's got to burn even more, too. Damn, your pitcher had the second best season in the American League behind Tarek Skubal. My boy won it unanimously. And then I have a Super Bowl to throw over them fucking retards. Oh. The Lord could not give me something greater than that as a gift. I don't think he could. Again, I'm not even a Lions fan, but I like the Lions, right? They're my second favorite team. But again, I almost need the Super Bowl, not for the Lions to have one. There's, that's important, but more for me. So I could shit talk Kansas City Royals fans in a way that will fucking hurt them deeper than they know. That's all they got is that fucking Chiefs team. And they know when the Super Bowl stops, they're going to go right back to what they were before Mahomes showed up somehow. No, the Commanders will fucking, they're about to they're panning out a little bit. The most likely team is the Eagles that they'll run into in the NFC Championship. Based on everything I'm seeing, the Eagles are the next best team in the NFC, injury-wise. Anyway, if the 49ers get really healthy, they'll probably go on a run. So we have to be mindful of them. I'm a little worried about a 49ers run, to be perfectly frank with you. Not that I think the Niners can beat Detroit, but it's if like they're fully healthy, they match up well with Detroit, just like the Eagles do. The biggest question is if Detroit's ready with like running quarterbacks. That's usually one of the things they don't do so well with. It's been their Achilles heel in times in the past, is the quarterback who runs away. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have too much else to talk about. I know I'm going to be live again tomorrow evening for the Steelers and Browns game for at least a little while. That game could get, I don't know, that game could be pretty good. The fucking Steelers and Browns usually play like weirdly engaging football games for, like, this is one of the biggest threats to the Browns or to the Steelers, by the way. Funnily enough, it's either two things happen in this game. Either the Steelers win convincingly, which is the most likely outcome, or the Browns get a fucking wild upset. It's not even like they could be a close game and the Steelers get out. If the game's close, the Steelers are going to lose that fucking game. And that's just how the AFC North goes. But then they'll just dog walk the Bengals again. Yeah, I was going to say he's also weirdly bad on the road. Yeah, the Browns are your guys' literal biggest haters, dude. They fucking hate you guys. And like at this point, all they care about is this game right now. The whole season right now is this game against Pittsburgh. They gave up long ago and they all circled this Pittsburgh game and went, let's put all our chips in on Pittsburgh. Fuck them. It's just like, yep, yeah, I was gonna say that's literally how it goes. So it's when the Browns become bad, they circle like 3 games and they plan for those games, and the rest of the games they don't care to win. They're masterful tankers. This is the game they care about. 3-14. And they've gotten good at stopping you guys lately. They figured out ways, but now you guys kind of got Russ and they might be in big trouble. They're like, oh, fuck. Russell Wilson. Unironically, we don't really have an answer for this. Again, if they're going to win one more game, it's you guys. And it's just one of them things where even Steelers fans are like, son of a bitch. Usually we're confident against these guys. If they were slightly better, we'd just destroy them. If the Browns were like 4-6, you probably, I would not be thinking you guys could lose that game. Yep. Yeah, the Browns are just going to play spoiler. That's just how they operate. They're just a bunch of assholes. We got hit hard playing the whole AFC North schedule this late. Oof. Yeah, that could be a problem. But the problem is you guys handle the AFC North like you just take all their lunch money and leave. Don't you guys average like fucking 4-2 in that division every year? It's like, well, yeah, we'll split with the Bengals. Well, no, we don't split with Cincinnati. They're dog shit. We usually sweep them. Usually sweep the Ravens. Usually sweep the Browns. Like, no, we usually average like 6-0 out that bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna say, don't you guys usually go about 4-2 every year out of your division? Just kind of beating the hell out of people. Sometimes the Bengals will take one now that they got Burrow. And the Ravens never really beat you guys, do they? They're the real Browns, by the way. I always remind people, like, the reason the Ravens can't beat the Steelers is because they're the real Browns. And I bet you the Steelers as a franchise just laugh at them dudes every time they play and go, what are you doing, Purple Browns? Just because you moved to Baltimore doesn't mean you can't get that shit stain off you. We know who you are. We can see right through them fancy bird helmets you got on. They're fucking orange and plain just like they used to be. Idiot. Fly, Raven, fly, or whatever the fuck you guys say over here. Go back to Cleveland, losers. Yeah, you're the only team that can be that does it. It's the fact that nobody tries to stop you guys or like copy what you guys do to the Ravens, and they're just like, how do the Steelers do it? And it's just like, can't one person just watch some Steelers tape and figure out what they're doing to stop Lamar? Can it be? It has to be that simple. The Steelers just walk in and do it every single time, like it's not even a big deal. Like the Steelers, I believe, were the first team that you learned that you can't put him in let him stay in the pocket because he cooks you. I think that's his only win against you guys. Was when everybody found out for like the hard way, including the Steelers, that you can't let him sit in the pocket. I believe that was that second year when everybody was like, the way you beat Lamar is you just stand him in the pocket. And then he fucking proceeded to throw like 4 or 5 touchdowns. And that was his only good game against the Steelers. And was like, and the whole league went, all right, I guess we don't know how to deal with this fucking guy. And nobody could handle Lamar for that second year he was in the league. genuinely terrifying player. Because again, think about this: like all of your instincts and all of your coaching ability says, "Oh yeah, if you got a scrambler, hold him in the pocket. He can't do anything." So you hold him in the pocket like you do with scramblers, and then he just starts slicing your defense apart, just like methodically putting you apart. He still does that, by the way. He's a terrifying pocket passer, but he can also run. So it's like, goddamn. So that was the fun of Lamar. So many teams probably regretted it, and then they all had a chance to trade for him and just didn't do it again. Yeah, it is fun that you guys use Fields on third down the way you do it. We'll use Fields anyway. I think we look like a pretty good 9-2. Yeah, you should win this game. Well, yeah, you play those teams. Those are big games. You also play Buffalo, right? That'll be significant. I don't know where everyone's at. It's kind of a dead stream here tonight, Nathan. For some reason, the talk streams have just kind of died. I don't know what's happened. Kind of a sad reality, but gotta just slowly build. But I also haven't really been streaming any kind of consistency or anything like that. So good to get it like an hour and 15 out or something, hour 20. Hopefully people start popping back in again. No, that's all right. I don't mind calling it. I got to start calling stuff streaming again a little bit more consistently. Just sucks for people because I've been privatizing these bad streams. So it's kind of like a pay-per-view. You had to be here to see it. Otherwise, it's gone. But on that note, I think I'm going to start wrapping up. I'll be live tomorrow for the game. Should be fun. If not, we'll figure out what we're going to do anyway. Anybody got anything important before we get out of here? It's a fun little stream. Glad we were able to chit chat. You have a good night too, Daryl. I'm glad you came by. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Nathan. Thanks for coming by. Thanks to everyone who came by. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Yeah, it was a nice little talk. Hopefully we start picking back up a little bit of steam around here, but you know, we just got to put the work in, regrow the channel. We've been here before, right, Nathan? We've seen the channel dwindle out like this. I think the first time ain't my first rodeo with audience death. We had it back up good and strong, and then it died again. We'll get her back strong. Everybody kind of went away. I don't know where everyone went. Fucking bullshit, though. And I thought for sure with how good baseball was. I don't know. Either way, have a good night, everyone. Peace out. Go Lions. Go Patriots. Go Tigers. And of course, as always, go Patriots. I'll see you around. And look out for a video tomorrow. I'm going to start uploading 2 videos a week now, too. I'm going to do some power rankings. So we'll see how those do. So look out for that. That should be up some point tomorrow afternoon. Have a good night.